Hello, I'm Graham Usher, the Bishop of Norwich and the lead bishop for the environment, and it's lovely to be talking to the Gloucester Clergy Conference. I'm passionate about three particular areas: reaching net zero by 2030, so fulfilling the General Synod resolution. And I know many of you are already working hard with your church communities, looking at how you can reduce your carbon footprint. Secondly, enhancing biodiversity across our church land, from churchyards to glebe-land to the land holdings of the church commissioners. And finally, making the connections between all of that and evangelism. Because young people today particularly want to join organizations and churches that take the environment seriously. I believe that by following many of these environmental initiatives, we can draw more people in to a relationship with Jesus Christ and a pilgrimage of faith with him. So you're thinking about the kingdom of God bringing justice and joy. Justice in the climate change and biodiversity crises that we're in is about speaking out for the poorest of the world, many of whom are most adversely impacted by climate change and biodiversity loss, but are the least resilient, have the least resources to adapt and to change. And there's a great injustice because we in the north and the west have emitted so much carbon into the atmosphere, but it's the people in the global south who are now paying the price. How can we, as we approach COP30, really work to speak out with a prophetic voice of justice for those most impacted? How can we challenge the drill, baby, drill mentality, the seeking after profits, the consuming of more and more? How can we be that prophetic voice for all human beings and the whole song of creation? How can we stand in solidarity with people and communities most affected as we mourn with those who mourn, as we stand with steadfast hope in a God who is renewing our minds and our world? Because climate change and biodiversity loss is a moral issue. And I believe that it's not an option for the ministry of God's church, but it's an imperative for the mission of God's church. Secondly, the kingdom of God is about joy. And I just delight in the natural history that I see all around me, from the small window box that many people may have to the big landscapes that we can walk and enjoy. The song of birds, flowers coming into bloom, insect life, paying attention brings immense joy. And we see how Jesus paid attention to the natural world around him. He saw the lilies of the field, the different types of soil, the trees when they were fruiting, the birds of the air. And God, on each day of creation, looked and saw that it was good. To plant is to hope. To restore is to heal. To protect is to love. So what one thing can you, the clergy of the Diocese of Gloucester, do to our thinking around the environment? Well, my challenge to you is to do one thing, and that's to listen to the voices of young people and children. For they are ringing the alarm bell, and yet they too have incredible ideas around how we might tread more gently on this, our single island planet home. How we might, in the words of Pope Francis, find an ecological conversion. Young people can give us hope, but they also give us challenge. Please amplify their voices and allow their voices to be heard. And perhaps also listen to the voices of the young in your link dioceses in South India, in Tanzania, and in Sweden. Please join me with those voices and the voices of young people throughout the Anglican Communion as we approach COP30, urging our government to deliver on climate finance promises, ensuring a full implementation of the Loss and Damage Fund, of accelerating a just transition away from fossil fuels, supporting communities to adapt to climate change, and to prioritise the voices of those most impacted. Thank you for all that you are already doing to care for God's creation. And have a great conference. And lots of love to Bishop Rachel as well.